This gentleman, he is no stranger to us. He has an amazing background. He came to America, started working at Applebee's, and knew then it was more to it than that. And from then on, he has been one of the youngest RVPs, soon to be the youngest SVP in our organization. And this gentleman, when I tell you he lights a room up, he does that. He's been a very successful entrepreneur in and outside of ACN. And there is nothing that can and will ever stop him doing whatever it takes to reach the goals that he's working towards. So if you have the opportunity at any point in your career to talk to this man, soak up any knowledge, this is the guy you want to hear from. He's not only talking about it, but he actually lives everything that he tells us each and every time on these calls. So please don't take his time for granted, because he could be anywhere in the world, but he takes time out for us just to give us some information to move our business forward. So without further ado, I know he's driving right now, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to my brother, Mr. Shakeel Cooper. Are you there?
Thank you. I appreciate those kind words. I'm actually about to pull up at the charging station. I forgot to charge my car. So I'm about to pull up at the charging station now, but I'm excited to be back on the call. How you guys doing? It's always great. I feel like we've been doing this, I think, going on 3 years now. It's almost 2024. I remember we started right before COVID hit. So, it's always great to get on these calls. Today, I don't have any presentation. I just want to have a conversation to start off the month, because it is fourth quarter. And if you're on this call today, I want you to get a piece of paper and just write down fourth quarter. And the reason why, because that's what I want you to focus on for the next 90 days. What are you going to do to launch your 2024? Because what happens is that in the upcoming months, most people are going to be talking about New Year's goal, New Year's goal. But you can't wait till December 31st to start working on the New Year's. You got to start now. And the reason why you want to start now, because you can get a head start on most people, because the average person, they wait until December 31st to say, you know what, I'm ready to do something different. So what I've always done was I've always worked harder before the new year, so that by the time the new year gets here, I'm already 10 steps ahead of the competition. Because at the end of the day, in business, the person that works the hardest, the fastest, the most consistent, when you think about it, you get a chance to now condense your time frame. And I always talk about, when people hear my story and they hear like this month actually is my 10th year anniversary in ACN. So on the 27th of October, 2013, I got started in ACN. So it's about to be 10 years in the upcoming weeks that I've been involved in this opportunity. And what I've learned throughout the years is that consistency, consistency, consistency. And what I mean being consistent is that if for a period of your life, if you just become consistent, you can launch your life into a world where most people, it will take them 20 plus years to have the same type of success. So when I got involved in ACN, I just condensed time frame. How did I do that? I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to talk to a lot of people. And the reason why, because it's a numbers game. So what I love about the business is that nobody's really special. It's just who worked the hardest have the most success. Who worked the hardest become the most luckiest, because I didn't have no business background, college dropout, working at Applebee's. How was I able to build a successful business that's paying me 10 years later, still to this day? How is that possible? How can a college dropout, 20-year-old guy, know nothing about business, nothing about residual income, get involved in an opportunity, become successful, and have been getting paid consistently and weekly for the past 10 years, and he's only 30 years old? How is that possible? All I did was go through the numbers. See, a lot of time people want to hear the secret. How can I get there faster? But are you willing to go through the numbers faster? Are you willing to go through the numbers in general? Because at the end of the day, it's all a numbers game. It's literally all a numbers game. I'm nobody special. I just work harder than most people. See, most people are just okay working 40 hours a week. I might work 40 hours in 2 days. So it's all about your hustle. since I've been involved in this opportunity, I haven't took my foot. It's never been a month, a week. We're working. We're always working, but it doesn't feel like work because all we do is talk to people and share what we do. How hard is that? So if you're in this car today, we're gonna have a real conversation. How hard is what we do? Like, just really think about it. Think about the people. Think about a trash person that a trash man. That's hard work. Think about people that work at the waste. Think about people that do dangerous jobs. That's hard work. We don't do anything but talk to people. See, most people don't have a problem talking to people. They just talk to the wrong people. They're comfortable talking to their friends and their family members, and you think that you're going to get rich with your friends and your family members. But if you could have done that, you would already done it. See, once I realized that I couldn't get rich with my friends and my family members, and I had to go out there and network and meet strangers and share what I had going on, because there are people that's like-minded like you right now. There are people that they want something like ACN because ACN changed my life. And if it changed my life, I know for a fact it can change anybody else's life because the system works. And from ACN, everything I've been able to do in my life, I build a system. Why? Because the business has a system. And if you work this system, the system will save you a lot of time, a lot of energy, and it will save you a lot of money. So that way you can now go out there and build the business that you desire. So for me, just being consistent is what really paid off for me. Being consistent. And why I say being consistent, because anything that you do in life, you have to be consistent. You have to be consistent. Number one, you want to make sure that you're doing personal development. You got to do personal development. Why? Because the more you learn, the more you earn. See, most people think that once you make a certain type of money, you have to stop. No, you got to keep going. And the reason why, because every day you got to get better, you got to get stronger, you got to get faster, you got to get sharper. You're always working on yourself. See, because if you're not working on yourself, then you're telling yourself that you don't want it bad enough. So for me, I understood that no matter what type of success that you have, you got to keep going. So while other people think that you already made it, you're grateful for where you at, but you're not happy about where you're at. You're not comfortable. See, I never put myself in a position where I feel comfortable, because once you start feeling comfortable, that's when most people tend to give up. They tend to stop working out. They tend to stop doing the things that got them to where they're at. And then they go back to being a person that they didn't want to become in the first place. So for me, it was just always about consistency, always about working hard, always about making sure that my team is doing the simple things over and over and over, because every business has a system. Every business. Listen, if you want to be able to spend time with your kids, if you want to be able to travel, if you want to be able to do the things that you said you want to do, you can't be everywhere all the time. So how would you be able to still earn income and still be able to do the things that you said you got involved in a business to do? So for me, if I told myself I want to spend more time with my son, if I'm doing meetings all the time, every day, ripping and running, and I'm the only one doing it, when will I ever have time? I won't have time. So for me, I had to teach other people to do the things that I do, so that way now I can have more time, but my income is still not impacted. You got to duplicate yourself. See, most people, you're not happy about the success because you're the only person doing the work. But what if you had hundreds of people that's just talking to people? What if you had 100 people just talk to one person a day? Now you have 100 people, and in 1 month, I'm not too great at math, but 30 times 100 is what? 30,000, right? So if you just had 100 people in your organization talking to one person a day, you just expose your business to 30,000 people. Because the name of the game is that the person with the bigger team acquire more services, right? So if you want to acquire service, you want to get residual income, you need a large team of people, because you only have 24 hours in a day, and you can only do but so much. You can only do but so much. And people burn themselves out because they're trying to be the only person doing everything. You can't be the only person doing everything. You have to develop leaders. You have to teach other people the simple system. And then no matter what, you can be in Amsterdam, you can be in London, you can be anywhere in the world, that system is still working for you. That's why Mr. Thomas is able to travel and able to, guess what? The cause is still going on because it's a system in place. If he's on a call, if he's not on a call, we can agree the call is still getting done. Who want a business like that? Why wouldn't you want a business like that where it's not 100% dependent on you, but when you're there, you're helping it grow faster. But even if you're not there, it's still growing. So for me, that was the most important factor, was building a business that it doesn't depend on me. The business doesn't depend on me. The business depends on what? The system. As long as the system is working, the business is working. Your goals. What is your goals? You got to be goal driven. The reason why you got to be goal driven, because if you don't have anything to shoot for, then you're not going to work hard. For me personally, I want to become filthy rich. And I don't care what nobody think. I want the millions of dollars. I want the mansions. I want the cars. I want it all. And the reason why I want it all, because guess what? What's the point of working hard if you're not going to go after the best things in life? And to most people, that might not be the best things in life, but I'd rather cry in a Rolls Royce than cry in a Honda. I'd rather cry in a mansion than cry in a 1-bedroom apartment in Section 8. Because at the end of the day, you're still going to cry. It's just, I'd rather cry in a Rolls Royce. So for me, that's what it's about. Listen, I'm going to continue to work hard because I want the finest things in life. How bad do you want it in life? What do you even want in life? Most people don't even know what they want in life, and that's why they haven't even gotten it yet. Most people don't even know what they want. They say they want to get rich, but why? Why do you want a lot of money? Do you want to give back to charity? Do you want to, start your own foundation? Do you want to be able to send kids across the world and let them travel aboard? Like, what do you want to do? What is your goals? Because if you don't have any goals, then you're not going anywhere. Most people are not really living, they're just existing. They just wake up, go to work, get paid, go out on the weekends, take the kids to school, do it over and over again for 40 plus years, and then they retire, and then that's it. Do you want to live that cycle for the next 40 years? And most people might be saying, that's not going to be me, but look at the people that's been where you are currently at, and they've been there longer than you. That's you in a few years. See, once I seen my manager at Applebee's started going bald, I said to myself, I need to get out of the restaurant industry, because I knew that every manager, every guy that was a manager, no matter what, if they was a manager in the restaurant industry, it's only a couple years for you to go gray or you go bald. So I said to myself, no, because of the stress. It's like being a president. They always said, president, they go in for 4 years, and it look like they've been in there for 20 plus years. So because of the stress, I didn't want that for my life. I didn't want to live a life of stress worrying about money. You want to get to a point in life where money is not even an option to be stressed about no more. Because there's other things that you're going to be stressed about anyway. Let's just get money out of the way. Let's just get out of the way, because, listen, if you don't have no money, you can't help nobody. And we're in the business to make money. And I know it's a taboo conversation. A lot of people do not like talking about money. But if you don't talk about money, you're not going to get any money. And you can't tell me that you don't like money, because what did you pay your bills with? What did you pay to eat with? So you need it. You just don't like talking about it. But you gotta love it. Listen, money's not a bad thing. Because you can give a good person money and they'll do good things with it. You can get a bad person money and do bad things with it, right? So money is just a tool to be able to help you get and help other people. And what I love about this business is that we're a for-profit business. We're not a non-profit business. Yes, we give back. We love helping people, but you got to make some money. Because if you don't make no money, that means your team's not making no money. So did you really get involved in this business to help other people? Because I know that I got to make money, because if I'm making money, my team is also making money. We did not just get involved in this business to just, kumbaya. It didn't just work out like that. We're a for-profit business. And I want to get people to the point where we start being comfortable about talking about making money. We got involved in the business to make money. Let's talk about making money. How are you going to make money? You got to talk to a lot of people. Stop being scared to talk to people about what you're doing. The right people are out there, but if you don't open your mouth and have a conversation with them, you're never going to recruit a person like me. The person that recruited me, he didn't even do the business. He just recruited me and told me, listen, you need to meet this guy, and that was it. And now everyone that's above me, their lives have been changed just because of that conversation that an old friend had with me. So what if you have that one person that signs up in your business and then it just changes your entire business? But if you don't talk to nobody, guess what's going to happen? It's not going to happen. You got to talk to people. You got to network. You got to use social media. Listen, social media is a tool. Listen, you can build a business strictly on social media. Me personally, I just recently started doing more like out network working in person with a lot of people just because Houston, Texas is a marketplace where, you got to go out. If anybody know about H-Town, it's the nightlife. You got to go out, you got to network because during the day, everyone's working. So at night, you got to go to a couple spots, meet people, hey, network. Tell them, hey, this is what I do. But down here, what I love about Houston is that it's network marketing friendly. Everybody and their mama done did network marketing here. So they're open to the conversation. See, when you get to a place where you're not scared to share what you do and you're proud of what you do, because what I understood is that every person that becomes successful, they started off in network marketing. And everything that they learned from being involved in network marketing, they took it and they used it in anything else and became successful. Why? Because network marketing had one of the best business systems in the entire world. It's worked. ACM been in business for how long? 30 years. How many businesses still around 30 years later? Just think about it. When last time you been in Radio Shack, Blockbuster, Kmart? Think about it. When last time you been to some of these stores? They're not here no more. But we can agree that ACN is still here, right? Bills, where are they going? Nowhere. So if the bills ain't going nowhere, guess what? I ain't going nowhere. So that's how I train my mind to think about business, because I know how to separate my personal feelings compared to business. When it comes to business, there's no other business better than ACN. Why? Because they got a system that's been running smooth for 30 years. No matter recession, depression, they still growing. They still growing, still growing, still growing. Why would you not want to learn the system and master the system? Because once you master the system, you apply it to anything, you'll be successful. Just think about it. ACN have created some of the best network marketers in the history of network marketing. Why? Because of the training. See, I applied so much that I learned from the training, just that I know about the back of my hand. So no matter what I do, I'm always going to look at how did ACN build their business. And I'm going to build my business the same way. And every single time, it's a success. People like, man, how do you do it? I got the blueprint. If I can sell kids 18, 19 years old on an opportunity to get paid on bills and they don't even pay bills, I can sell anything. Imagine convincing kids that just got out of high school to do an opportunity where they can get paid on bills and they don't even pay bills or even understand paying bills. But they believe in the vision so much that they go out there and they make it happen. So what it taught me was that it's the system. Anyone can get involved and have success as long as they fall in with the system. So that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. The rest of the month is going to be very exciting. Every week is going to be different, but I just kind of wanted to prep you guys' mindset again, because I like to have a straight conversation, straight to the point, let everyone know, like, you got to work. Like, this is real work. And again, I always apologize for making it look so easy, but at the end of the day, if I show people the real work, they won't even want to work. So I don't. But just know that there's a lot of work that's being done behind the scenes to keep this thing going 10 years later. And not too many people can say that they've been involved in the opportunity and they're still here 10 years later. Their team is still relevant 10 years later. But more importantly, their team been relevant for the past 10 years every single year. That's a business. And anyone can go out there and build the same type of business, but everybody don't got the same type of hustle. So the only determining factor is how bad you want it. I want it bad enough, so I went out there and made it happen. And I'm still making it happen. Why? Because I'm not satisfied where I'm at in life. I'm not satisfied until I make $100 million. And I told myself I'll be here till I'm 100 years old, so I got about 70 more years to go. So how do you feel about what's your life? How long do you plan on being here? Because I told myself years ago, I'm going to live till I'm 100 plus years old. I don't know why, but I always said to myself, I'm going to live till I'm 100 plus. Like, I just believe in it so much. Why? Because I need at least 100 years to enjoy the things that I want. I need at least 100, and that's the bare minimum. If I can go 125, I'll be the first man in history. But I'm shooting for 100. But that's just me. I train myself because listen, even if I don't hit 100, I'll be cool with 95. I'll be cool with 90. But guess what? What's your goal? Some people don't even, they're like, man, You know, whenever the Lord is ready. No, 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 no. That's not how you're supposed to think. You want to live here for a long time so you can enjoy the fruits of your labor. But most people, they don't want to work to enjoy the fruits. You got to put in a lot of work. And I'm gonna end with this. You got to put in a lot of work. It's not easy. Listen, it's work. You got to invest in your business. You got to invest in your people. It's a real business. And that's what I want people to start doing. Treat ACN as a real business. If you've been involved in the business for years, you should have an LLC. You should be running as a real business. Once you start operating as a business, you'll start getting paid like a business. But if you're still operating as an employee, you'll still be getting paid like an employee. And those who know what I'm talking about. Because it's a mindset shift. When you go from thinking as a business owner to thinking as an employee, you treat the business different. So again, that's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you guys was able to get something. Go out there, make it happen, and just do the work. Just do the work. It's not hard, but it takes work. And guess what? You're going to work anyway because you work a job. So I'd rather put in the same amount of work or more for my goals, my vision, my dreams, than for somebody else that can fire me at any time. So again, I thank you guys, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the near future.